It is. We're on the final stage, Mr. Dawson.
Gee, it's a bit sad, really.
It is. What are we going to do next week?
I don't know. Maybe we'll race.
Maybe we will.
Race something.
So, plan this evening is we want to get a bunch sprint. We are all for bunch sprint tonight.
I think so. We haven't had one. We haven't had one for the win. We've had one for second on Beach Island, but it's been a real mixed bag, which has been fun.
Yeah. And you are all alone tonight. No other AHDR team riders to help you out. Adam Evans is MIA tonight.
Yeah.
No, not really. We had a scheduled absence tonight that we knew about.
Yeah.
And due to your bump up to C2, you are on your lonesome.
Yes. Very, very distressing turn of events being upgraded. I was quite enjoying C3. I blame the team time trials. I bumped my 20-minute power up into whatever whatever magic algorithm the WTRL used to allocate cats.
Well, look, personally, I've been trying to get you to A grade, so that's why we've been trying to bump you up.
Yeah, that's the trajectory at the moment. We'll see.
Yeah, that's good.
We'll see. I don't think this will be an upgrade. Oh, gee. If I get an upgrade in this race, it's been an absolute brutal London Classic race. I don't think it'll happen, but who knows? Small field, only 22 in the pen at the moment.
We do have a reasonable I can't see numbers, but the sign-ups is there on Zwift Power.
Yeah, we had...
that always does work to us until race start.
Yeah, last I checked we had 32 on Zwift Power, but only 22 in the pen at the moment, so could make those intermediate sprints interesting.
Very.
Maybe
with only 30 seconds to go.
Yeah, maybe some potential to split it up and make it just as small a bunch sprint as possible, but I don't know. We'll see what C2 is like. There's a few good A-graders racing tonight.
Yeah, there is. And then on top of that, Team ODZ have brought the goods. I don't know if they've been sort of really working together in this class, but they're definitely the team. And anytime we see ODZ doing anything around the front, I think we need to react straight away.
Yeah, that was interesting having that. Yeah, again, I don't know how they've been working, whether they're just riding for themselves or what they're doing, but we shall see.
Alrighty, well, as we set off, let's see where we are sitting. Does not look like we've got much of a bunch at the moment. There are just the 22 riders that we mentioned earlier. So that's about half the field that was lined up on Zwift Power. I am just waiting for an update in about 10 seconds to see who we've got.
Uh-oh.
A little bit of a push at the start. Now, it's a long lead-in in this course. It's a 5.9k lead-in. And as we just go through that start-finish banner, which is actually not part of this course at all. So a bit of a free power up there that we get, first of all. But we then will cruise on through for a good... where are we? 3.5 Ks is sort of the first part where we'll see something may happen, and that's where we turn right up Northumberland Avenue, away from the Thames River, and it's a 400 metre push at about 5%, and that's where we push up to the roundabout and we get onto course proper, and then we hang around the top part.
Yeah, well, it's an interesting little push, that one, but I think everyone knows that it's there, so...
Yeah. Good way just to really sort of warm those legs up, those last little bits.
Yeah.
You would say. So, having a look at this sign-on sheet, all the riders who have rocked up, and a couple of names there who we've taken note of early. I'm going to stuff this up. Kamon Shashi, Japanese rider. Very light rider, 59 kilos, but has the standout 20-minute power in this race at 5.2. Interestingly, everybody else was within about 0.5 watts per kilo of each other. So very, very sort of flat field or even field in terms of 20-minute power. So I don't really think that that's going to really factor in too much tonight. We are very much thinking it's going to be a bunch sprint. But the bunch sprint and those numbers is where it does look relatively interesting. Now, Kamachashi does have a 12.3 watt per kilo 15-second sprint, so can sprint as well. But the big numbers we are seeing up over 14 watts per kilo. Wild American rider, 14.3 watts per kilo. And he's there as well as Kamon Shashi.
How do I drop him? Far out.
Yeah. Hang on, let me try this again. Kamon Hashi, I'm going to go with. But Wild is our big sprinter tonight. Lee Wild from Provision. He is definitely the sprinter to watch at 14.3. Close behind him is Siripong. And has Siripong made the sign on? No, Siripong. Panwat Siripong, yes, he's in the field also at a 14 watt per kilo sprint. 6 laps tonight.
Yeah,
roughly
nice.
about 40 Ks.
Been a nice to-date start, 140 beats per minute. Everyone's thinking about those intermediate sprints, maybe.
Yeah. As we get a little bit closer, as we cruise along that the Thames, and then we take that right-hander coming up as we see now. Quite often you'll see a little bit of a charge from the field up this to the roundabout.
Yeah, need a little bit of a kick.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Yeah, a little bit of a kick here as we expected. A few riders just wanting to warm those legs up, because as we get up to the roundabout, we take another right-hand turn and we make our way through a little bit of the hairpin, and we come up to the 1K to go banner, and that's 1K to the start-finish proper. So here's that right-hander, and we go a little bit of an out and back on that way back, so we can see on the left-hand side there, that's the Flamme Rouge, the 1K to go of
big
the course
attack
proper.
from Michael from Germany. Really stretches out.
Oh yeah, very early by Michael.
Might just see if I can let's get this group to keep pushing. So we could shell half a dozen here.
Yeah, well, we weren't expecting this early in the race either. We are looking at a potential 50-minute or so race, looking at the other times of the other time zones that have gone through. Michael's sitting up. I think just really wanting to wake the group up a little bit there. A little bit of a thinning of the group, nothing too major.
Yeah. That was a bit of fun.
And we do need to... got the heart rate up, got warmed up. And how good is the Zwift update showing us lap by lap? That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I like that.
Amazing what a couple little white lines can do.
Yeah. Good evening to everybody out there jumping on the chat. Nick, welcome aboard. I hope you're avoiding typhoons and tornadoes that we saw the other day. The Garmin giving you those alerts. And here we go as we come onto the main straight of the start-finish line. Not really much happening tonight, just yet.
Yeah, let's get a taste of what the intermediates are going to be like. So far, Commander Hashi's definitely keen.
Starting to stretch out a little bit, not too much. Group coming back together.
Yeah, they really only attacked the last 200 meters or so. Not really enough to shatter it.
Thank you, Nick, for noticing my new headset.
We love the headset.
It makes me feel like I'm actually in the commentary box now. It is plugged in. I did think that maybe I'll just turn it on and not plug it in, just so I look like it, look the part at least. But thanks, mate. I'll give that a like for that.
Yeah, Nick, we are in C2 this week. The upgrade came. They only attacked the last two.
All right, let's see what is happening.
Yeah, a little bit of attrition. 16 left, maybe.
Yeah, so I'm close on that 16. We are at 13 riders up front with a 10-second gap back to that chase group. And that chase group only it's starting to come back together a little bit now, actually. A couple of riders right off the back don't look like they'll join back up again. But just as we update, as we're talking, it is chase group at 5 seconds.
I've got to say, pretty happy with the first lap. Racing up a cat this week. Been manageable.
Well, we were speaking about this earlier today, Adam. It is all about the bike and wheel choice, I think.
Yep,
so,
my new favourite.
We mentioned Zwift updates earlier on what we can see on screen, but Adam and I have both been playing with the new Cervelo S5 and DT Swiss die-cut disc wheel. I'm a fan. I even went and did a 70k race on it the other night and enjoyed every single bit of it.
Yep.
Very much rolling nicely in the bunches and on those flats, and I was not upset to have it on. It didn't make a difference at all to the climbs that I had to do. Biggest of which was just the volcano. Got through there easy.
6.5 minutes.
Lucky 6.5 minute volcano, which is happy. Yes, Nick, that's right.
Yeah.
No Tron. We have
the Tron
moved
killer.
on from Tron. Yeah.
So I've seen this rider at the back here. Oh, is it a couple on the die-cut wheels? And a couple more on the Cervelo with the Super 9s.
Yeah, interesting, the Cervelo with the Supermine. I mean, it was sort of quite chalk and cheese, or such an advantage to go with the new DT Swiss die cut. And you'd think at, what is it, level 40 something that you need to be at, you'd have the drops to get that. I know personally I was waiting. I'm probably by the end of this week I'll be at level 45 where I would have been able to get the zips, but instead I've seen the DT Swiss come out and I've just been spending drops like no tomorrow in the last week.
Bit of movement here. Bunches responded quickly though.
So this is another little feature of this course. We can see here as we go past that big bollard in the middle, we've got about a 200 metre incline, bit of a rise here. Up at about 5% it sneaks up to. Is only short and does seem to want riders to push a little bit harder. We're seeing those numbers up around those 6 watt per kilos. 7s at the front there.
Yeah, it's aggressive.
We're seeing a little bit of attrition here and thinning of the group.
Wasn't sure whether they'd go up that rise, given we got the intermediate sprint. But there's a couple that were keen.
Well, very short course, or very small group, and for such a short course so early in the race as well. We are still actually on lap 1. We see the out and back to the Flamme Rouge there for crossing over into lap 2. So long way to go in this race. Small group. Just get an update on what we've got. It has strung out a little bit. It is a group of 18 we've got there with 3 or 4. 3 right off the back. So it's basically the whole field we're looking at here.
Another attack.
So Espen looking, asking for the place to go for a long one on the last lap. I think it's going to push up that rise, the whole group with maybe a counter attack up the rise. Onto the out and back into the 1k to go mark is where the long attack should come from. Yeah. But in a group this size, or Espen for us tomorrow morning, I'm not sure we're really going to be able to get away because this is a sprinters course and there's some big sprinters in our category. Bit of movement right up the front there.
Yeah, going along for the intermediate maybe.
Someone's gone long. Coming up now to, it's a short sprint.
Yeah.
A few hundred metres. 200 metres I should say. And just holding in for that main group. So that was Kamono Hashi out the front using all that 20-minute power that we mentioned earlier.
It's twice you've done that.
Evans joining us from the chat. How are you, brother? Liking the new bike and hoops. Adam going for this combo last week on the Bolog, I always get this wrong, in Zwift Classics. How do we pronounce last week's course?
Trofeo Bologna.
Bologna. Yeah, that's it. And Zwift Community Live even commenting on Adam's choice of bike, but he was able to take the win anyway, so it didn't matter.
Yeah. Keep getting truck
So there we
power-ups.
are.
No complaints though, they're very handy. Much better than getting the Ghost.
Yeah. I think to Espen's question before, that would be the only time that you'd want a Ghost to be able to, go for that long tack.
Yeah, this group seems pretty evenly matched now. They, quickly swallowed up any surges, so I think we're going to be going to the line.
Yeah, look, even looking at, that big watts per kilo by Komono Hashi, I really don't see him getting away on his own with a chase group like this, all very evenly matched. They're not going to get away that and be able to stay away for that long with a chasing group like this. So
yeah, they've been very, very sharp to any move so far.
So ODZ was the other team that we thought were stacked, but they've actually rocked up with only one rider in the group. So no need to worry about any team tactic there, and there's not really many other riders or teams here. The only teams, Kirchmere, have two riders, A&Ms, which is Komono Hashi and teammate Nefer. They're the only other teams in here with multiple riders, and that's only with two. So I think everyone's really very much just riding for themselves tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, my hope, my ideal would be for someone to go long at somewhere between 800 and 600 meters and just go all in and hopefully catch that wheel. But yeah, failing that, it's just stock standard, hit it in the final 300.
Yeah. So Espen commenting that he did see a successful counter to an attack from 1K. So that comment you make, Adam, of someone going a little bit longer and countering that is doable.
Yeah, I mean, I do love a good counter attack. I think we've established that.
Especially off your own teammates.
Yeah. If Adam Evans was here, I'd be asking him very nicely if he could please go from the Flamme Rouge, like we did in Innsbruck, but anyway, I have to make my own luck tonight.
As we come around the final little push of lap 2 here, back up to the roundabout, and now out and back to the Flamme Rouge. A little bit more sedate this time by the looks of things.
Yeah. I think with just how quickly the surges have been reeled in, there's not really a lot of incentive. Still up to 430 watts. No picnic.
That's my threshold, mate.
I know all about it. Try and follow it on a Friday morning.
It helps when as big as I am, I need to push those watts. So it's all relative. It's a very sedate, nice little ride at the moment. The Cervelo and DT Swift die-cut disc doing us nicely.
That's it, just chugging along, holding those wheels. Easy does it. I mean, 42 k's along the flat here. This is perfect Coco cadence pace.
That's it. Just enjoyable.
Nick primes today through the lap banner every time. So we've seen one rider go long for the first two, and then a little 200-meter sprint from the field.
Little bit of action. I'm going to be saying his name a lot, I think, tonight, but our Japanese friend from A&M's, Kamano Hashi, is back at it again, up around the 7 watts per kilo off the front.
Yeah, a couple were expecting at that time, I think.
Closing, yeah, 2 riders gone with him, Horsley and Parrow. Ready for it, happy just to hold the wheel. Wild now chasing, he's our big sprinter. Mark tonight. But definitely keen for these intermediates.
Everyone's got trucks. No one wants to be at the front.
Everyone working, popping the draft power up, I should say, as we head towards the banner. And yes, Chris, this is Peaks rider Josh McClellan on a bit of an inside joke there. Oh, not so inside. But come and join me on Saturday morning for a virtual Peaks training ride. 7 a.m. Saturday morning. If you're not doing anything, a few different pace riders there. We cruise around the Mountain 8 route. About 30 k's. We'll just do it in about an hour or so. It's a chat. And it all coming back together very quickly.
Yeah.
We're starting almost to approach the halfway mark of this race.
Yeah, I wonder if our Japanese rider will try that at the end. That long go.
Yeah, well, I think the what we will need to watch for is if he goes again on the next couple of laps and then sits in on the second last.
Yeah, for sure.
That would be what I'm looking for. That's personally what I would do. I would sit up for that second last lap, save the legs for the last lap and give it a go.
Yeah. Where is he? Which you spotted what kit he's wearing?
Say that again, mate.
You spotted what kit he's in?
No, let's have a look at that.
It might be this yellow Tron with the Zwift jersey. The Strava jersey. Maybe.
There he is there. Okay, we have a...
Oh no, he's got the B. The B,
the
like
B
with
with, the B with the yellow Tron.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, watch that B. Follow
What's
that B. Got a nice glowing yellow bike to follow, makes it.
That's right. Wild is the other rider we should mark as well.
Yeah, where's he? Behind me.
He's sitting at the back at the moment. He's red nicks and white jersey.
Yeah.
Unmarked bike. I can't see what he's on. He's on the Cervelo with zips, not the disc. Just some nice deep zips, 808s or something like that.
Drift back. Oh, he's in the Z-Sun kit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's him there on the left of you.
Yep, I know those red bib shorts well. raced against them many times. Alright.
So it does seem to be quite sedate
Yeah,
around the sections of the race.
I was starting to feel these sort of short efforts just in that intermediate there a little bit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see how the legs hold up. But I mean, this kind of pace, sort of surge and recover, suits me well.
Yeah, look, keeping your cadence high and heart rate looks alright.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been good. It's weird, they keep putting us right to the middle of the road in this section.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that before.
I noticed that on Richmond.
Yeah.
I was hitting the bollards as we went down around Libby Hill and underneath that building. So wild up the front there.
Yeah, spotted
Pushing
the...
to the front, but then not really wanting to do too much.
Yeah, okay. Thought
But
that might have been a...
little bit of a counter, no. Whole group just pushing a bit. Espen, thank you for confirming that. Die cut wheels are at 42, level 42. So
It's like an Espen. Needs to go and grind some drops.
yeah,
with
just
the
go and
bots.
jump in a pace partner all day, Espen. So you've got the die cuts for tonight, mate.
Yeah. Hey, fun fact: the 2.5 drops multiplier is back.
I noticed that today, actually.
Yeah. Bonus.
So that's across all pace partners, in it?
I just saw it with Coco warming up for this.
Oh well, I saw it with Antiquid Quill.
That's just showing off.
I was only there for 30 minutes or so. But I needed to do something to just keep the legs moving for tomorrow morning, but not go too hard. But yeah, okay. So fun fact, it is across the board by the looks of it.
There you go. Alright, I'm watching Kimono Hashi. Just gonna track that wheel and see.
See, that's him moving to the front a little bit there, yeah?
I think he's just to the left of me. Someone else is going this time.
Well, there's a black helmet in that kit, and
Yeah, no, he's in the red. The red helmet.
so a little movement up on the front there.
Seems to be the thing to do. Just pop off along and take the points.
So that's Horsley, who was chasing down Kimono Hashi. Kimono Hashi chasing now, hitting some orange numbers, pushing hard. Looks like very keen to mop up as many points in the primes.
That's got to take it out of you. Going that hard.
Yeah. Especially hitting those orange numbers
Yeah.
regularly. Andy, as we've been mentioning, the best bike so far we've seen, that's available now, is the new Cervelo S5, the 2020 S5. Adam's racing that at the moment. I've been racing that since, or on it for the last week, and have really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It feels very fast on the flats, and raced it over a few hills on Sunday and did not notice it whatsoever. So fastest bike wheel combo in Zwift at the moment. is the Cervelo S5 2020 and the DT Swiss die-cut disc. I did feel a little bit stupid rocking up to a 70k race on a disc, but it worked alright.
Yeah, when there's no wind, why not?
So we still saw Kamano Hashi pushing at the front there, not as much as what he's done previously. So I think the next lap is going to be a bit of a telltale sign on what he's going to do at the end.
Yeah, if he holds back again.
Horsley, the other rider we need to sort of be aware of, he's been quite active on the front, chasing.
Yeah.
Just trying to get a little bit of numbers on Horsley. Not able to find him.
Is that him in the Wahoo kit?
Wahoo Lacole.
Yeah.
Kevin Horsley. Let's have a look on Zwift Power.
Yeah, and Judex from Team ODZ. He's been quite successful. He won the last 2 weeks of racing, so all sorts of riders to watch.
So Horsley best 15 second is only at 11.84. So 20 minute at 4.24.
Yeah, okay.
So, you know, it's obvious that the guys that have that higher 20-minute power are interested in really stretching this out. But really, as I mentioned earlier, not a lot of difference in the 20-minute power in this field altogether. At most, maybe 0.5 watts per kilo separating the lowest to the highest. Kaminahashi being the outlier at 5.2, but everyone else around the 4s to 4.5.
Yeah, I kind of feel like there's no way this gets to 300 to go with a bunch. Like, it just feels like it's going to light up in that last K.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everything being marked quite closely. No one allowing anything to go away.
Yeah, so it'll be the decision. Do you follow that first move or do you back the bunch to reel it in?
Well, I think let's say now, if you're through the roundabout onto the straight, you got to go for it.
Yeah.
If it's before 1k to go, maybe you leave it.
Yeah.
Andy and Nick discussing to go with the Buffalo and die-cut tomorrow.
Interesting way to finish the series, wouldn't it?
Famously, the cheesecake bombers, was it bombers or donuts that did it on Friday around the TTT course? So very much what we're expecting up this last 200 metres, back up to the roundabout. Numbers staying the same, 5 to 6s.
Yeah.
Short and sweet.
Yeah, it's got a nice little rhythm to it now, this race. They really do back off.
Yeah.
Hard from the surgeons. Maybe it's just a bike. Hits its cruising speed and just rolls.
We've really noticed that in the Zwift Classics all in all that you've been racing, just the real backing off after each effort.
Yeah. Yeah, Nick's thinking the fireworks could go off from before the hairpin up here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could happen, for sure.
So let's keep an eye on our good mate Komono Hashi. Where are we?
Yeah, he's in the map cap. I'll just, let's just go sit on his wheel.
So he's looking pretty comfortable, sitting around 90 RPM, 4.5 watts per kilo. Definitely just sitting in at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if they go... Like, I know I've got a good last kilometre, and I can kick at the end of that a little. If it's more than a K, probably run out of gas before the line. I think that'll be the decision point for me. I think if it's earlier than the Flamme Rouge, probably just have to, you know, ride for luck. Hope the bunch can reel him in. But if it's at that Flamme Rouge or later, I'll just jump on anything and...
Yep. So Komono going for the move here, off the front. So again, up into orange numbers.
Fire out.
Probably a reaction here from the group here.
Got myself in a bad spot.
So, a few more riders interested to get involved in this now. There's a lot more orange that we've seen before. You noticed it was very, very sedate coming into that last hairpin and up to the 1k to go. But as we hit the orange road, Komono attacking with 8 to 8.5 watts per kilo. And a lot of other riders interested to get in that, actually catching Adam out a little bit.
Yeah.
As he chases back on and holds that last wheel. The group strung out a little bit here. No one dropping off.
Oh, had to burn some petrol there.
Nice work there, chasing back on. Front group easing off, nothing happening there, you'll be able to get back on.
Alright.
A little bit of a wake-up call.
Yeah.
I was watching Komono. What were you watching?
I don't know, I was in my own little world. It just surged a bit earlier. Wasn't paying close enough attention.
Chris Davies jumping on. Good evening, Chris.
Right, Chris, I think...
There's not a patient on the table waiting, mate. It's okay. We've only got about 10 minutes or so of this race to go. So, yeah, you can probably wait.
Yeah, of all the races, this one has not been the most interesting.
Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to wear my heart rate strap tonight. One sprint. But I've been very relaxed so far.
Yeah. Well, if you'd been watching how far off the back I got, it would have been spiking a bit. So, Adam Evans asking about next Tuesday night. So we were sort of eyeing off the Japan Tuesday night race, which goes off at 9:15. A bit of a longer one, but well attended. So that might be one.
If there's no Zwift Classics, I don't have to worry about getting up in the morning, so it's okay. Yeah. I'm happy to stay up.
Yeah, cool. I think it might be a mixed cat race too, so might be able to try and get a whole bunch of AHDR in and
yeah,
kind of have 4 races in one. Alright, heart rate back down now.
So no movement at all. We are still got a main group of 18 riders, 3 riders off the back, but we have a main group. We've seen Komenhashi, the Japanese rider, light rider at 59 kilos and a 5.2 20-minute, also backing up with a 12.3 sprint. Being the most aggressive in this race so far, going for every single prime, and that has ranged from attacks from 1k to go to 500 metres to maybe even less, so picking up most of the points, mopping up everything. Horsley chasing a lot of that, and on that last lap we saw a big reaction from the group when Komenhashi went. So the group may be aware of the power that he's got and not letting that get too far away.
It wasn't subtle on the first couple of laps, that's for sure.
No, that's right.
Left us in the dust.
So he's definitely the marked rider at the moment. Just sitting in the bunch as we come up the last rise. Let's really watch what happens here, and specifically let's watch Komenhashi to see what he does from a strategy standpoint. Is he going to save the legs for the last lap? We are pushing up. Yes, Chris, we are saying the Cervelo S5 2020 is the fastest frame matched with the DT Swift die cut, which we know you've got because you pulled those out with the Buffalo, wasn't it? Or did you guys go Zip? So pretty sedate there. I think we just need to be aware and be up this pointy end of the field as we go around the out and back and come up to that 1k to go banner.
Yeah, Michael from Germany's been very combative outside the sprints.
Yeah. We saw he went very early too. He was the rider that went early.
Yeah, up Northumberland.
In that first lap. Yeah, that's right.
There's too many to watch.
So, Komenhashi just sitting in at the moment. Komonohashi. I keep getting that wrong.
Yeah, he's moving forward now.
Pace just holding. Horsley up there. Just watching this very closely to see what happens there. As we come through, Komonohashi moving to the front. There he goes, lights up with his orange numbers again, 10 watts per kilo he peaked at. Watch for the reaction, not too much of a reaction this time. Komonohashi very much wanting to take that out by himself. Very aggressive for every prime as we come through. 200 metres to go for the last lap. A few riders pushing just to get into that top 10.
Aero for the last sprint, perfect.
Yeah, Aero fans and Nick making comment on a ghost power up for the last lap. Let's just hope Komenhashi doesn't have one of those.
Yeah, he'd be trouble if he got
So
a ghost.
interestingly, he has dropped straight to the back of the group and just sitting in.
Yeah, he's crafty.
Mm. So, not wasting too much power, or saving whatever he can. And he's just sitting at the back of the group, letting those legs recover. It's stringing out a little bit, that group there.
Yeah, there's sort of a bit of a counter.
Yeah.
Not a really full-throated one, but like Paro might be in trouble. 2 second, 3 second gap now.
Yeah. So starting to see a couple of riders feel the effects. We've got 2 riders up ahead. One rider, Judex from ODZ, who's gone out on their own. He's got a 2 second gap back on the group.
I'd be happy for him to burn a few matches.
Yeah. But we're still 3.5k to go on this course. I wouldn't be too worried about that gap at this point in time.
No.
His watts have dropped back to about 4.5 watts per kilo. Just holding that 2-3 second gap.
It feels like it's going to be a fast finish.
So keeping an eye on Wild as well.
Yeah, Wild in the Z Sun red shorts, Horsley in the Wahoo the Cold, Monahashi, the yellow Tron in the map cap.
Adam Evans mentioning Hasselback, big sprint numbers.
I was wondering who might be just flying under the radar and cruising.
Yeah. So
Apart from me,
one of the
obviously.
Kirchmere riders. He's a big rider too, Hasselback. 98 kilos.
Woohoo!
You'd want to be pushing numbers like that to get going.
Yeah.
I remember when I was 100 kilos riding a bike.
Glad we're not bumping shoulders in real life. Oh, Judex is all in with this move.
Yeah, very much wanting to push here. All right, here we go. We are at the pointy end of this race. We've got this last 200 metre push up to the roundabout, out and back to 1k to go. We have Judex from ODZ up on his own, pushing hard, 6 watts per kilo, and here comes the reaction from the group as we push up. Very much expect him to be swallowed up. Adam pushing here now just to hold wheels. It's a short push, 2k to go.
Yeah.
Few riders who have gone up and joined almost with Judex now. And you can guess who has gone out with him. Kamano Shashi, chasing hard. He's only got a 1 second gap.
Michael.
Michael has gone on the first lap and then going again on the last lap. He's got a 3-second gap. You're burning a lot of matches here, Adam.
Nah. Oh, I'm at the front, but I'm only doing 280 watts.
So the group pretty confident they're going to catch up back up to Michael. Few counters coming. Pace starting to pick up. There's the 1K to go banner. Michael at 4 watts per kilo, 3-second gap still. Adam holding Kamono Hashi's wheel closely, group bunching up together. Michael still holding on for a 3-second gap here as he comes up to the roundabout. Oh, I can definitely feel my heart rate coming up now. We are looking like a 17 rider bunch sprint. Kamono lights up. There's the orange numbers, 10 watts per kilo as we come through the roundabout. Coming into 500 to go as we hit the red road. Adam pushing hard here to hold the wheel. Kamono goes over the top and looking to keep going. Holding orange numbers. Sit up, hold his wheel. Sit up, hold his wheel. Watch for him to go again. He's just sitting. 1-second gap back. Coming up to 200 goes. Aero boost, 200 to go. Adam goes for it. Numbers coming from the back.
Come on!
Keep pushing. Come on, mate. Almost there. You got it. Boom. There it is. Well done. What a race, mate. Well done. So Adam Dawson taking out number 1 spot. Hayasetsky did not mention his name at all through the race. There's Lee Wild, biggest sprinter of the group, coming in, rounding out that podium. Kamono Hashi, credit to him, absolutely aggressive all race. Adam just doing the work on him then and holding that wheel, coming over the top with 200 to go. Well done, mate. Great ride.
Oh. Yeah, well, I guess he telegraphed the move early in the race, so, we picked him as the wheel. And, yeah, right strategy.
Fantastic. There we go. Gone up a category and taken the win.
No worries at all.
That's your first bunch sprint win in Zwift Classics, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, we had a bunch sprint for second on Beach Island. We had a 3-way go for third in Richmond, but... Whew.
And the chase was on. There was some big numbers up behind.
I have no idea how close they were. I was just...
Let's go back. So, second was 200th of a second. Third was 500th of a second. And then it wasn't until fifth that Kamono Hashi was about 1 second behind you. So,
nice.
Very close finish. I think you had a couple of meters. Yeah, maybe a bike wheel or so, but that was fantastic, mate. Well done.
Oh, nice finish to the series.
There we go. So, there we have it. The Cervelo S5 2020 and the disc die-cut wheel just paying dividends for those drops as far as I'm concerned.
It's unbeaten. 2 from 2.
I will be rolling that tomorrow. Espen, what are we doing? Are we doing Euro jersey or Aussie jersey? Roo AHDR. I'll wait for a reply. But that is it for the Zwift Classics. 8 from 8.
Yeah, so...
New auto cut system. I think it worked well.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, every race was really good fun. So yeah, really evenly matched fields for the most part. Last week, maybe the exception on, oh yeah, the climbing on Richmond and Bologna broke up big time, but the flatter and the rolling races were really, really competitive.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your company and guidance through the series. It's been a lot of fun.
Oh, it's been fun for everyone. It's, selfishly, I get to recon the race for myself.
Yeah.
And also very enjoyable to be along for the journey. Looking forward to what's coming up next. Zwift Racing League starting up at the end of the month, so teams and registrations flying around at the moment.
Yeah, well, we might see what we can do on a Tuesday night in between. I think we'll both be racing at a silly time Wednesday mornings, so
yep,
that'll put an end to 9 o'clock racing on a Tuesday for sure.
Oh, come on. Oh, yeah. What have I been doing for the last 8 weeks?
We haven't been racing.
Not on a Tuesday.
But I know your heart rate's been, there's been some,
Yeah,
the relative
right.
effort's been high. The heart rate's been high.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, perceived effort.
Yeah.
So, look, I think, Tuesday night is race night now, so we have to do something.
Yep, we'll do something. We'll put a link up on the AHDR page and see who we can get to come along. Do a mixed cat race with everyone in. You can jump on and, stream it, tune in, get on TV. Josh will interview you mid-race.
Yes. Well, thank you all for joining us. We'll call that a night.
Yep. Thank you, Josh. And, we'll good luck tomorrow morning and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, Adam, and a good job tonight, mate. Good finish. Nice win.
Cheers, guys. Cheers, everyone, for watching. Good fun. And I will turn it off as soon as I can get the button to work. There we go.